Unrest, which is directed by Jennifer Brea, and it's a story about. I mean, it's her story that essentially she's somebody who's a sort of very, very active student, and then her body starts failing, and she basically laid low by ME, which is commonly sometimes referred to as chronic fatigue syndrome, and given many other names, many of which are sort of rather unkind. And what she then attempts to do is, attempting to deal with this illness, which basically, saps her energy, takes her energy away, and leaves her in this very, very difficult position, is because of the way that the internet works, because it's possible to contact people given the internet around the world. She gets in touch with a load of other people who are suffering, similarly, and asks them to tell their stories, because what she's attempting to do is to lift the lid on this thing which is happening, which is often swept under the carpet. Here's a clip.
Omar holding the back of the kayak, flailing all over the place to try to get in. Hopefully this is just a kayaking trip, not a metaphor.
I mean, sure, we all know nothing lasts forever. I just thought I would have more time. And then one day I got a fever of 104.7 degrees. I got better, but something wasn't right.
And what the film then proceeds to do is to document her condition and the condition of many other people who are suffering similarly. I have to say, I've had some sort of first-hand contact with. I interviewed somebody in America for an anti-censorship doc who'd been bedridden for I think over 10 years. By ME. I have at least two people that I know, one younger, one older than me, who have similarly struggled with it. And one of the things that the documentary does is it addresses the idea that some people don't believe in the illness, and which is something which is a particularly cruel twist. What this does is it shows you stories of people who are, have really been laid low, who have suffered very terribly, and who are trying to find, to understand what's happening, to get everybody else to understand what's happening, to approach what's happening to them, and to have some kind of positive outlook about it. I found the documentary to be very honest, very moving. Even though I went into it, already with a certain perspective on the subject matter, I think that you could go into it with a sort of totally cynical perspective and be won over by it, because these stories they're told in a way which is so close, which is so firsthand, which is so convincing. Also, there are some astonishing things about people being mistreated by the authorities, which are really alarming and eye-opening. And the title Unrest refers not only to the condition, but also to civil unrest, to rising up and getting your story told, and it becoming a protest story.